Hey, what's up, family? This is your boy Giles, and you are watching another episode of Urban Arts Magazine's 40 Under 40. Yo, we've had the opportunity over the last couple of weeks to talk to some of the most influential, up and coming, dope artists doing some amazing things in theater, dance, music, film, television, literary fine art. Today, we have another person who we are honoring on our 40 Under 40, who is multi-hyphenated, a performer, artpreneur, doing amazing things all the way out in Newark, New Jersey. Help me welcome Daryl Stewart. Daryl, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How are you?
I'm great, brother. I'm great. Hey, congratulations on being 40 under 40, and thank you so much for being here.
No problem. The honor's all mine. Thank you for having me, and thank you for all the work that you all are doing.
Thank you, man, for sure, for sure. So tell us, who is Daryl Stewart?
I am an actor, director, producer, educator, arts and advocate. I'm a Virgo. I'm a middle
Daryl
child.
Love.
I'm a black man. I am the son of David Lee Stewart and Garnett Stewart, and most importantly, a child of God. And
Oh,
so I can go all the way back and take you there, right? Which is just that I am a young man who grew up in a family of love. I was not necessarily the most athletic. I was not necessarily the most academic, but I thrived in the arts. And so
mm,
that's where my village and my family sort of pushed me.
mhm.
And so that's my story. And I'm still at that work to this day.
Nice, man. Nice. So how did you get into the theater world? What was
Oh,
your
that's
entree? Yeah.
Giles. That's a great question. My story is a little bit different than most people's stories.
Mhm.
I actually had a speech impediment, and I stuttered a lot, and
Mhm.
so I came up at a time where educators were really passionate about developing students. Not to say that they aren't necessarily now, but I came up in a really great sort of blue ribbon school, right?
Mhm.
And so the speech pathologist thought it would be a great match to partner me with the music teacher at the time, who was a guy by the name of Mark Filan. And Mr. Filan and I began to study, and I began to learn how to sing and
Mhm.
use my voice in a different way. And
Mhm.
so from there, I did my first musical, which was Oliver Twist,
Oh,
um,
wow.
and I fell in love with musical theater.
Mhm.
And then it kind of took me from there, right? The journey kind of took me from there. But that's how I started. I had a speech impediment, and I
Wow.
stuttered so much, and it was really hard for me to formulate what I was trying to say. And so they thought the arts would be a great way to develop that part of me, and it was.
Wow. I'm blanking at his name right now, but a really dope actor, director, producer, Yale trained actually. He has he has a speech impediment, but as soon as he gets on stage, you will never see it.
Right.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's not Marvin Matthews, but it's like, oh, I'm looking at his face right now. It's gonna bother me.
Is it Daniel Beatty?
No, it's not. No, Daniel. It's not Daniel.
No, not
No.
Daniel. No.
I
Okay.
didn't know Daniel had a speech impediment too, but yeah. So, but just to talk to him once he gets off stage, like he still stutters. But when he's
Mhm.
on stage, he turns it on and it just goes away. It's so remarkable to watch. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
So, how did you get into like producing? So you don't find a lot of artists, especially actors and directors, who enjoy the business because that's completely different. That's a completely different muscle. How'd you get into the producing world?
Well, I kind of I tell people that I went to the Kenny Leon School of Theater, which is just this idea that I saw a lack, right? I saw that there was nothing happening in this space, this lane,
Mhm.
right? I
Mhm.
saw Black people sometimes on stage. I saw them sometimes in the audience, but I
Mm.
never ever where I'm at in North Jersey, and even in New York, really saw Black folks um, in the production spaces, right?
Mhm.
And when I say the production spaces, I mean executive producer, I
Yeah.
mean artistic directors. Now,
Mhm.
of course, we're seeing a trend where we're seeing this more, but
Right.
when I was coming up, that was basically unheard of. And so I began to get more interested in who makes the decisions on
Mm.
what play we're going to see,
Mhm.
who decides what playwright is going to get commissioned for what work, what
Right.
boards and what advisory councils are really sort of shaping what our options are. And I
Right.
found that as a producer, right, if you have the knack, the network, and the know-how, right, to
Mm.
put things together, then you are a producer, right? And so I began to take this journey as a self-producing theater artist because I was tired of people telling me what I could and could not do, and what I
Mm.
could and could not talk about, and what
Yeah.
I could not write or sing or express myself about. And I'll be honest with you, as an actor, the roles still to this day for musical theater performers are so limited and limiting, right?
Mhm.
And I got tired of shucking and jiving, right?
Right.
I wanted to say something that really meant something to me. And
Mhm.
so the only way for me to do that in 2005, 6, 7, when I first started out, was to self-produce. And
Wow.
so I started going to theaters. I started going to people and asking them, "Hey, can I get your Dark Knight to do a reading? Can I write? Can I propose a grant for a
Mm.
project, a devised theater project?" And
Yeah.
slowly, but surely, it started to build.
Wow. 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 What was that journey like? Because self-producing, as a self-producer myself, um, it's often you're in this role by yourself. It's like I have this idea. I got to get people on board to believe in it. I don't have the money to do it. Like, how do you overcome all those obstacles?
It's a crazy, crazy, crazy notion, right? Like, man, I'm telling you, I have lost some sleep. Uh,
Listen.
and so I know you know what I'm talking about. But I
Right.
think for me, um, the simplest way that I can describe it is last year in June, my uncle turned 82 and he had a
Mm.
birthday party in
Mm.
South Carolina. So all of our families, as Black families are, a lot of us are spread out. We all
Mm.
came back to South Carolina, which is where my family's origins are from.
Okay.
And my little niece, who's 5, and my 2 little cousins were around the swing, and they were singing and dancing,
Mm.
and and I looked over at them, and I thought to myself, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing,
Right.
so that these young girls, when they grow up, if they choose, right,
Mhm.
they'll have a place where they can express themselves. They'll have a legacy
Right.
that was before them in the arts that they can be a part of. They'll have
Right.
something that they can be proud of. And I think that that's why it's important, right? That's why it's important for us to lift up each other and to create spaces where our stories can live, because
Mhm.
otherwise it won't be there. And
Right.
then not only will it not be there for us, but then what does that say to the generations that come behind us? That's why
Right.
it's important. I wanted
Yeah.
to be a part of that great tradition of producers, your Woody Kings, your
Yeah.
Jeffrey Holters,
Yeah.
your Billy Porters,
Yeah.
artists who said, you know what, I'm gonna have to make this work.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's dope, man. Because that's what a lot of them have had to do. To really, really hone their craft and to build their legacy that they have today.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love something you said. You said you have the knack, the network, and the know-how. Man, I'm putting that on a T-shirt. I'll give you your residual. I'll give you your residual for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So as an actor, you've been in some pretty amazing shows, man.
Well, thank
Um,
you.
yeah. So what if you had? I know it's like picking a baby, picking your favorite child. If you had to pick, like, what was your favorite production that you've acted in?
Oh Lord. um, what was my favorite production? There's a musical called Five Guys Named Mo.
Yeah. Yep.
About the music of Louis Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Five black actors, six black actors on stage, the five Mo's and the protagonist.
Right.
That was by far my favorite production that I've ever been a part of because it's the only production where it's been a cast of all black men.
Oh
And
wow.
that it was such an awesome feeling. It was like going to a reunion every
Mm-hmm.
day, during rehearsal, and then getting on stage with these fellas from all different areas of the country, all different walks of life, all different, political, socioeconomic experiences, but
Mm-hmm.
coming together to build out this show and to perform it every night
Yeah.
was an incredible, life-changing experience,
Wow.
because most of the musicals that I've ever done, the cast has been predominantly white, so
Right.
to be able to have that experience,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was that's been my favorite, and I love jazz.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so sing Louis
Mhm.
Jordan's jazz music every night was an incredible honor. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
That's awesome, man. And then, like, not only are most musical theater casts heavily white, they're also heavily female too. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. So it's
Mhm.
like coming into that experience, it's like,
Yeah.
wow, so this is how other people feel all the time.
Right.
Right? This is
Right.
what they get to experience all the time. And for
Right.
me, Five Guys Named Mo was that show for me. It
Yeah.
was just it's a super fun show.
Yeah. It is a great show. It's a great show.
Mhm.
You call yourself an artpreneur. Like, talk to me about, what does that mean? What does that look like for you?
It means that yesterday's price is absolutely not today's price, and it and it means that and it means that I don't play when it comes to the business of being an artist, right? It means
Gotcha.
that my artistry is not just something that I do for fun or for
Mm-hmm.
Black History Month or for ministry, but it is literally how I pay my bills. It's how I contribute to society and to my
Yeah.
community. And so
Yeah.
I'm very strategic and very serious about the business of being an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a LLC called Stewart Ventures, which is where I drive all of my artistic ventures from. But I'm
Nice.
interested in and I believe in the importance of having artists who are also about their business. So I call myself not an entrepreneur, right? Because I'm not necessarily moving goods and services.
Mm-hmm.
Although I am moving services oftentimes, but
Right.
just someone who's about his business. So
Gotcha.
that's the best way I can explain it.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. What can we look forward to from Stewart Ventures coming up in the future?
All right, now, I am working on a world premiere original musical called
Mm.
1865,
Mm.
which I'm hoping to have done and to premiere for Juneteenth.
Oh
Um,
wow.
I'm also working on Step Show the musical. I'm the
Mm.
associate director of that piece.
Okay.
And Step Show the musical is written by Maxine Lyle, who's a Black female playwright
Okay.
and choreographer. It follows a female protagonist through a fictional HBCU, and
Mm.
it tells the story of Black folks through rhythm and the art of step
Wow.
dance. Um, and then I have a TV development project that I'm working on with a cable network,
Okay.
where they're going to be, well, at least we're developing this concept. So maybe you'll see me on TV soon.
Okay. 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 Well, we look forward to that for sure. And then if you ever want to bring, was it 1865? Is the name
Mhm,
of it?
mhm.
1865 or Step Show to Dallas. I have a theater for you, so you are welcome.
Oh, yes.
You have a home in Dallas. You do.
I love to hear it. And I will be taking you up on that also. So
Fully.
thank you.
Let's talk about that for sure offline, because they both sound amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Um, so Daryl, if people wanted to follow you, I see it right there in the name. Is that how we follow you on Instagram and Facebook and all the good stuff?
Yep. The Daryl Stewart, or on Instagram and Twitter, and then just my name on Facebook. My website is iamdarylstewart.com. I'm super social. I'm super approachable. So yeah, reach out, send me a message if you want to work, if you just want to talk, if you have questions. I'm super accessible.
Yeah. Last question before we jump into the game.
Mhm.
Talk to that little boy or girl who is in middle school, in high school. They want to go into the arts. Parents say, "Hey, it's not a sustainable job. Go to the post office. Nothing wrong with the post office. Go become a doctor. We need doctors." But they say, "I want to be an artist." What would you say to that little boy or girl?
I would say it's okay to have questions about your destiny, your future, but you'll never know until you go. And I would rather go and find out that mom, dad, grandma, guidance counselor was right than not go and
Mm,
always wonder, what if?
mm,
I would much rather go and fail than to to not go and wonder what if. In other words, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
right,
So
yes,
how will you know? Who will
yeah,
know? Who can predict the future? It's
right,
very true. You may go and you may fail. You may fail hard,
yeah,
but you may also go and you may succeed. And
right,
you'll never know unless you go, right?
yeah,
And so I completely hear, and I understand. Sometimes our loved ones um try to keep us safe,
hmm,
um in the ways in which they do that hold us back. And if
mm,
you're going to be an artist, if you're really going to go after this, if you say that this is what drives your heart,
yeah.
I'm here to tell you, you're going to have to get used to telling people, I hear you, but I'm still going to do what I do.
Mm, that's good. That's good, man. That's good for sure. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yes, of
I think
course.
somebody definitely needs to hear that, and that they're not just in the middle school or high school right now. They're probably like
Yeah.
sitting there watching this, like, "Hey, that's for me for sure."
Anywhere in life, you'll
Yeah,
never know unless you go. So,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. That's real, man. So we're gonna play a game called This or That. And this,
okay.
yeah, and this or that. I'm gonna give you two words, two scenarios, two phrases, and you choose which one you better align with and why.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna start off really, really, really easy with you, okay? And
Okay.
then we're gonna ramp up from there. Cake or ice cream?
Cake,
Why?
because I'm lactose intolerant.
Somebody else said that. That's why I laugh. um, New York pizza or LA tacos?
New York pizza. New York is always a good idea.
Okay, okay. Um, The Color Purple, the musical, or Once on This Island, the musical.
The Color Purple, the musical,
Why?
because Black women deserve to be
Mm,
amplified on stage
okay,
and not be someone else's a part of someone else's story.
okay. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Would you prefer a big party or an intimate gathering?
Oh, come on. Look at how I'm dressed. Look at where I'm at. I need a big party. I need a production. I need a production. Always. Oh, life is too short. I need a
Hilarious.
production.
I love it, man. I love it. If you were given all expense paid trip anywhere, would you choose Alaska or Hawaii?
I need to go to Hawaii.
Why
Yeah.
Hawaii?
Because I need the warmth and the beach and the seafood always, all the
Okay,
time.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. We're gonna take it back a little bit.
All right.
Simba or Aladdin?
These are some hard these are some hard questions. Simba.
Why Simba?
Because we must always remember that we're part of that big circle of life. Always.
That was good. That was good right there. I like the way you thought on your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Last one. If you had a superpower, would you rather be able to fly or to be invisible?
Fly.
Why fly?
Because I feel like if I can fly, I can go to and fro um, with more quicker, with more speed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not an invisible type of guy. I like to be seen and heard. So
Be
yeah,
seen in green, the whiz.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha, man. Super simple, this and that. I like to do it to make people think and really get to see what that personality is behind, that person for sure.
Mhm.
Hey man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for jumping on and talking to me today. Congrats on being one of our 40 under 40. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hey, everybody, make sure that you go support Daryl Stewart. Follow him, see everything he's doing. When he's in a show, buy all the tickets, bring everybody. When he's producing a show, buy all the tickets, give him money, be an investor into his dream. We definitely want to support our artists. Hey, I'm Giles. I'm your host of 40 Under 40, powered by Urban Arts Magazine. We will see you next time. Peace.
Thank you, Giles.
Thank you, man.